Artificial Intelligence, a Dramatic Reading. Author names redacted. By far the greatest danger of artificial intelligence is that people conclude too early that they understand it. Eliezer Yudkowsky. Technology is on the rise, and it's ready to impact the world. But are we prepared for it? The question is, can ANI and AGI benefit our society, economy, and culture? Unfortunately, it isn't that black and white. Artificial intelligence does have its perks for human benefit, such as the accessibility of Apple's Siri and Google's self-driving car. But what about artificial general intelligence, a computer on an identical level of human expertise and human emotion? There are multiple directions and ethical moralities to take into consideration when it comes to creating something on the same equivalence as a mortal life. Through arguments and evidence in the preceding paper, AGI to this high degree will do more harm than good for human society. The AI, artificial intelligence, almost here to change this world. We've been arguing on whether it's good or bad for humans on the planet. AI is smart software that enable machine for human. It might be good for humans at the certain way, but we cannot ignore the negative side of it. We are looking for things to get easy, but we forget about negative side effect on our lives. You cannot trust AI over human. It can harm human from so many ways. Developing the AI could be the end of humans and humanity. This is 21st century human without technology is like body without heart. We are very dependent on technology. We don't even try to live without it. The AI is gone too far with self-drive cars. Apple Siri, Google Now, Skype Real-Time, and so on. AI is the system of the computer that helps human intelligence to deal with machines. AI needs maintenance, changing parts, updating program, and etc. Once a while, and it could get really expansive to maintain it. Stephen Hawking said, any further advancement to artificial intelligence could be a fatal mistake. AI has the power to redesign itself and take off on its own, whereas humans have slow biological evolution, and they wouldn't be able to compete. AI can be really dangerous for humans as they start knowing about our strength and weakness. AI can do whatever they decide to do. They can redesign themselves. It will be hard for humans to compete with AI. Top of government decide to develop AI robot for the military, and they can get control over weapons. That would be dangerous because you can never trust AI over humans. That if they start hurting over own people? What if they launch a missile or something without any permission? There is a lot of topic that we can talk about. We can stop all these problems by not developing AI. AI can be bad for our economy, and it is already start happening. Some of companies start replacing people with AI technology. Thousands of people been unemployed since last few years. They need their pay to survive on this planet. AI has already started affecting on our economy. We used to need people in restaurant to wash dishes, but now one dishwasher can do same thing faster than people can ever do. All labor jobs being replacing by AI. If AI goes in the wrong hand, it can cause problems because they can rewrite the code and use it for bad intenseness. Since it is machine, it will do what it asked for to do. It won't think twice before it acts. People can use them against government. Terrorists can use them to destroy places and kill innocent peoples. Ethical and moral values are created by humans to serve human needs to underpin a smoothly functional society. Nathan Kurland. Humanism is an ethical theory that stresses benefiting humans in this society. During the 14th and 15th century of Europe, a time before any extent of technology and after the Middle Ages, was a rise of humanism, also known as Renaissance humanism. Prior to the 14th century, the Middle Ages for man was religious commitment. Everything done by man was for what they believed in. This was shown through art, writing, war, and any other expression. However, once the 14th century rolled around, a rise of humanism came forward. A new ethical morality that gave everyone a new perspective of life. Instead of focusing their entire being on religion, they started to focus on human beings. It first started through paintings created by Renaissance artists. They used the size of the people inside the painting for expression. Typically with religious works of art, the perspective of a godly figure was painted large next to humans, animals, and other earthly figures. Humanism in paintings displayed humans and nature around the same size as the godly figure. Renaissance artists used a similar method for describing heaven in their paintings by changing it to nature and more earthly scenery. They used these methods to portray humans themselves can be beauty, contemporary, and a wonderful form of expression, not be an embodiment of the sole principle of religion. Through the Renaissance period in Europe, humanism caused a movement for people to be more open-minded and give a focus on one another. The beauty humanism is that it was not a form of religious rejection, just a different jurisdiction to do things in your everyday life. This changed social and political structures, cultural lifestyles, science, art, music, and philosophy. As time progressed and technology began rise, its set use was for being a tool for humans to expand humanity's way of life, thinking, and functionality. Almost like humanism did to the Middle Ages, which is why we are located in the information age, but the difference between technology and humanism is, of course, technology is not a way of thinking course for life. Actually, it's the opposite. The era we live in, technology is a way of life. It's the first time humans created a tool that became proportionate with human necessities such as food, water, and shelter, known as the Internet. During modern times, it is almost impossible to do anything without the Internet, let alone the use of well-developed technology. It brought a different kind of social interaction around the world and methods for ways of living. Laying out a comparison between humanism and technology is a step process. Humanism is simply the ethical stance to benefit human to human. Technology first was built as a tool to improve human society. Technology later became a necessity for life, then lastly being used to create life. Forever changing what was originally built to do. It used to be on a scale under humanism, but later became/will become an act of playing God. Artificial intelligence is coming and needs to be used as a tool, not a creation of life. Technology makes specific human parts of living much easier and more adaptable to an extent. However, once technology becomes a threat and is no longer a trustworthy source, problems will ensue. The key feature for AGI being favorable is trust. For example, Google's self-driving car claimed responsibility for a minor wreck with a public transit bus on February 14, 2016. The Lexus SUV equipped with Google's self-driving technology was trying to get around sandbags that were blocking its lane. Both the Google employee driver and the Google software thought that the bus would let the SUV go merge in front of the bus to the left. Both were wrong, and the Lexus hit the bus, causing front bumper damage, a flat tire, and it had to be towed away. Luckily, no one was injured in the accident. Google's algorithm for its self-driving cars concluded that it had the appropriate amount of space and time to make the lane change. However, humans don't run off of algorithms, and drivers understand that buses and larger vehicles need more time to brake. This is a huge flaw in the program that caused the accident and could have cost someone his or her life. Trust between a driver and their car is so important on the unpredictable roads. Cars were created to help in traveling more comfortably and more safely for humans. However, when technology takes complete control in something as important and common as driving, it will do more harm than be a benefit to society as a whole. Another reason that AGI has the potential of being harm to society is based upon the adaptation of giving a computer the emotional capacity of a human. The borderline between logic and emotion is what separates humans and computers in the first place. What happens when you place human-like emotion into a computer? Unpredictability from the artificial intelligence will run wild, and the human has now lost control of the technology. Put that on a larger scale hypothetical scenario. A robot is built to do a specific job. However, It begins to run off of its own emotions and logical input, and it rebels against its job to do a task it thinks is more suited for. Unfortunately, this new task is less desirable and not beneficial for you. The moment an artificial intelligence gives signs of thinking for itself and over the user's judgment is where the trust is demolished. The increase in development can cause large problems on an economic scale. If society has brought a fully functional artificial intelligence to help maintain productivity, how does that affect living people? The biggest issue is unemployment. There are many jobs or tasks humans don't find appealing and could be done more efficiently in a smaller amount of time. For example, working for a fast food industry at minimum wage. Having access to a robot would up your efficiency, and the best part is, you wouldn't have to pay it to do its job. Taking out a lower-class job field can be a severe downfall, leading to a surplus of unemployment. There's a benefit as company owner for having a robot. We'll have to take cost into consideration even if you don't have to pay the AI worker, whether the cost is financially or humanity. Microsoft's Tay AI chatbot goes offline after being taught to be a racist. And in less than 24 hours after her arrival on Twitter, Tay gained more than 50,000 followers and produced nearly 100,000 tweets. The problem? She started mimicking her followers. Soon, Tay began saying things like, "Hitler was right, I hate the Jews," and "I fucking hate feminists." But Tay's bad behavior, it's been noted, should come as no big surprise. This was to be expected, said Roman Yampolsky, head of the cybersecurity lab at the University of Louisville, who has published a paper on the subject of pathways to dangerous AI. The system is designed to learn from its users, so it will become a reflection of their behavior, he said. One needs to explicitly teach a system about what is not appropriate, like we do with children. This incident was very depressed for some people, since it were talking about other religion and commenting on different people. Some people got very attached with this and start fighting on web and calling each other out, talking about all religion and people who follow them. Just because of one AI software problem, people start hating each other. We always want to create new technology, but we always forget about the thing it can do. This has been the bad experience Microsoft ever got. I think it could have gotten better if human were operating this software when AI. It got... My God. Jesus Christ. This has been the bad experience Microsoft ever got. I think it could have gotten better. Can't fucking do this. I think it could have gotten better if human were operating. God damn it. I think it could have gotten better if human were operating this software when AI. It got taken down within... God damn it. It got taken down within 24 hours because of that problem. The Globe and Mail reports on the growing use of artificial intelligence, AI, by businesses to mine and consolidate customer data. AI can collect and store information about individuals, including their payment habits and location information, allowing companies to track our habits. According to the article, some advocates argue that privacy issues should be a public concern and that action is required to safeguard information, while a computer science expert said, "We have to get over, at some point, the idea that we have privacy. We don't. We have to redefine what privacy means." We often make online payments for cabal service, internet, car insurance, health insurance, and etc. Our information being saved automatic in their system without even informing you. Back in 2013, someone hacked into the Target system and stole customer information, including his or her credit and debit card number. More than 40 million account got hacked. It is very hard to believe, but this is the reason why we don't want AI to interfere in our life. It can get way easier if we just trust humans over AI. In February, a South Korean woman was sleeping on the floor when her robot vacuum ate her hair, forcing her to call for emergency help. It may not be the dystopian future that Stephen Hawking warned us about, where intelligent devices spell the end of the human race, but it does highlight one of the unexpected dangers of inviting robots into our home. This incident happened back in February of 2015. We are very lazy that we can't even vacuum by ourselves. We invest AI robot that can vacuum for up the small device works on SI system. The way this device design is supposed to return if something comes in its way, but somehow it didn't stop and return. This lady lost her hair and she had minor injury on the head. It could have got worse, but luckily she is fine. We can just avoid all this by doing vacuum by over salve. Jesus Christ. We have children in over home. It can be really dangerous for our kids. This kind of device can fail anytime, anywhere, on anyone, no matter who you are. We cannot trust them and let them do their job. We always need to check on them. It is better to do it manually than just spend time and money behind it. This device can even kill people, but we don't stop there. We even make bigger machine with high power. We'd have to agree on the ethical theories that we'd base any rules on, said Bringsjord. I'm concerned that we're not anticipating these simple ethical decisions that humans have to handle every day. My concern is that there's no work on anticipating these kinds of decisions. We're just going ahead with the technology without thinking about ethical reasoning. Robot not going to have any... Robot not going to have any law, so it would be really dangerous for humans to survive against robots. I think once the AI robot comes, they will treat us as pets, or maybe worse than that, like food. Why do we need robot when human can do same thing? It might... It might be good for business, but it is end of human's life. I think we don't need to give powers to AI. We can use them as machine. Where do humans go after injury? That depends on the injury, of course. If it's extreme, you will be sent to the emergency room. If it's problematic but not life-threatening, you will go to the doctor. Lastly, if it's minor, you'll go to the store for medicine. Regardless of injury outcome, humans will go somewhere in order to return back to their normal relative state. Granted that there is a large distribution on artificial intelligence to benefit humans in multiple fields of productivity and sustainability. The robots themselves are going to go somewhere when they become injured. An AI's injury isn't just physical pain, and similarly, humans don't have just physical pain. Humans have emotional, mental, and a larger list of problems they seek medical attention for if need be. In the case of artificial intelligence, they will have their own sorts of problems that will need attention. Scenarios that include maintenance, whether that be weekly, monthly, or yearly. Humans have standard checkup appointments with doctors, dentists, and other medical professions to maintain the general health status. Hundreds of situations to take into consideration for post-distribution of AI, such as repairs, updates, inspections, and so on. Overall, assuming that there is a worldwide distribution of a robot being, it is a marginally cost-efficient to keep the robots running, which can be problematic throughout the country. Citations. This was recorded in one take. I had only seen the first half of the essay, and knew that I had to record a dramatic reading of this. Thank you for your time.